Boy, this place is a mess. Hi, guys and dolls. Welcome once again to the Mask Fan Attic. You know, you probably shouldn't keep coming up here ahead of me like this because it's kind of dangerous up here. It really is. But yes, the attic once again, where we look for cool old Halloween masks and related items of interest. And gee, I just happened to see one right here. One of the best masks ever, I think. This, sports fans, is none other than Pickman's model. That's right, Pickman's model from the ever popular, legendary Distortions Unlimited. Now, Pickman's model was originally designed and sculpted by none other than John Chambers, one of the finest makeup artists ever, probably, who was most famous for having designed and created the ape face makeups for the original Planet of the Apes series. And John Chambers created this monster for a 1971 episode of Rod Serling's Night Gallery. And Pickman's model was a story by one of my favorite, maybe my all-time favorite, one of my favorite writers, H.P. Lovecraft. And the adaptation on Night Gallery in '71 needed a monster, and John Chambers delivered this beautiful beast, which one of my all-time favorites, really. I remember I saw the episode when I was a little kid and I tried to draw the monster, but you really didn't get a real good look at him in the episode. He was just in a number of scenes briefly, and he was moving around the whole time. And I remember afterwards having a pencil and paper and trying to remember what he looked like and trying to draw this awesome, cool monster that I had seen. And for the next few days, all my school papers and stuff had little doodles of Pickman's model-ish hairy monsters on them because I liked him so much. So of course I was very excited then when it became a mask. Now a lot of the masks of Pickman's model from Distortions, which by the way was only available 1 year, 1983-84, that season, a lot of them had either gray or white hair. The paint job was always pretty much the same with green and purple, as you can see there. But most of them had either white or gray hair, and really this mixed brown like this one has is more accurate to the one on the show. This is more like it. The one on the show had the mixed brown hair going on, and this one actually was haired by none other than Ed Edmonds way back in the day as a custom order with the mixed brown hair. Now, in case you're wondering, what would this Pickman's model mask look like bald-headed, but you don't want to acquire one and then tear all the hair off of it just to find out? If you can find an episode of an old 1981 anthology TV series called Dark Room, there's an episode titled The Partnership, and it starred David Carradine, who you probably know, and Pat Buttram, who you may know as the actor who played Mr. Haney on Green Acres. And in the episode The Partnership, it takes place in a haunted house, a carnival haunted house, a fake haunted house, that is, and a prop in the haunted house is a Pickman's model head with no hair that's sort of a pink color, and it comes flying at the camera, so you get a look at it there. And here's another thing you might not find interesting. As a side note, Pickman's model, this rendition of him, this mask was also used in the 1980 comedy sci-fi movie Galaxina in a scene that was kind of like the Star Wars Mos Eisley Cantina sequence, where they just needed a lot of strange creatures to be aliens. So this was an alien in Galaxina, and only available that 1 year, like I said, the 83-84 season. Still one of my favorite masks of all time, and this really is about as good as it gets in collecting masks. The quality of Distortion stuff from this period was just unbelievably great, just unbeatable. And once again, want to see when these masks, see what sort of copyright information is on them, or when they were made, or you look under the hair, look at the back of the neck, and it says right there, Pickman's Model, Night Gallery, copyright 1982, Universal City Studios, trademarks of blah blah blah. And it doesn't give the year the mask was released, but it does give 82, and that's when they were working on it, and then the 83 season is when it came out. And there aren't a lot of these out there, but after the Distortions license ran out to this character, Topstone made a few of them in the mid-80s. The Topstone one, nowhere near as nice as the Distortions, and really few things are in the mask world. The distortions masks from the early 80s were really just exemplary. But the Topstone one looks similar, except it's poured thinner, doesn't hold its shape quite as well, and instead of brown or gray or white hair, the Topstone one has blonde fun fur, you know, sheet-backed, acrylic-backed fur glued on. So that means there are some Pickman's models running around out there with either brown, gray, white, or blonde hair, but hey, that's a demon's prerogative, right? Sometimes he wants to go natural and go with the gray, sometimes the brown, you know. Anyway, I know you're not real likely to find one of these because there weren't a lot of them out there, but there were, you know, one year's worth. There were a few, and it's an awesomely great mask, and there you have it. If you're a fan of Night Gallery or John Chambers or the 70s or distortions or just cool monsters, you should have one of these, or maybe somebody should re-release it and do a new edition. But Pickman's model right there. And now I have to take off because well, I have to take this tooth to the dentist and get it filled. Good night.